Good morning.
Good morning.
Ding, ding, ding. Welcome to Licata Live with David and Kathleen.
Yep. So we have a lot to talk about today. The first thing that we'd like to mention is to remind everybody about our annual Shred Day. It is this Saturday, April 18th, from 11 to 1 o'clock. And it will be right here in the Food Lion Plaza. And everyone, please be sure to wait until 11 to come and line up so that we don't have, last year we had a little bit of gridlock and stuff. So, and David can probably explain that a little bit more, that you're going to line up, come in the second entrance to the Food Lion, and we'll swing around. And there'll be people there to guide you and let you know. As everyone knows, tax day is tomorrow. So it's a perfect time after you get your taxes filed and stuff to box it up, bag it up, bring it. You don't even have to get out of your car. We'll take care of it for you. And we'll also have the Lake of the Woods Fire Department firemen here to help as well. So it's a real easy process. Just pull right up and they'll empty it out and take off. Now we don't keep the boxes and the bags that they come in. So we don't have any way to really dispose of those. So just know if it's in a box, they'll dump it in, or if it's in a bag, they'll dump it in and give you back your bag or your box.
Yeah, they really don't want anything plastic, folders, paper clips. I think they're okay with that. I think it's okay if there's a staple or something like that in a piece of paper, but they want to be as clean as possible so that they can go into the shredder and be taken care of. And as Kathleen said, having the fire and rescue benefit from this. We ask that you do bring a couple of dollars or whatever to give to donation, which will go to fire and rescue, and
also the Orange County Animal Shelter.
Yep. And
I'm pretty sure there usually is, but please don't hold me to this, but we usually have adoptable dogs. Yep. that they bring with them too. So it's a great opportunity if you're looking for a new companion,
furry friend.
Yep. And so hopefully we'll find some forever homes for them.
11 to 1 o'clock this Saturday. It's one of the biggest event turnouts that we tend to get here. So we look forward to seeing you and saying hi. And now that the trees are blooming and spring is sprung, it is a good time for spring cleaning and getting rid of those old papers
safely.
Now, what else? You wanted to talk a little bit about the food pantry as well, Kathleen.
So I just wanted to remind everybody too, Daisy and I have gone a couple times over to the Duffy's food pantry. It's right over by where the Sheetz and McDonald's is, right there at the intersection of 20 and Route 3. They're not open every single day, but if you go to Duffy's Food Pantry online, you'll see some pictures of the place. It's really pretty remarkable. They have all kinds of dry goods, canned goods. They have frozen foods, refrigerated foods, and they've even they're doing this thing where they take pre-made meals. So it'll be a packet and it will have all the ingredients that you need to make, I don't know, macaroni and cheese or chicken cacciatore, something like that. So it'll have all the ingredients and you can just pick it right up and take it with you, and you'll have all the ingredients right there for a meal. They have all kinds of fresh produce. It's really an impressive operation. So just want to remind that everybody about Duffy's Food Pantry. And again, make sure you call or look online before you go, because they're not open every single day. Some days they are out getting donations. They get a lot of food from our Food Lion right here in Locust Grove, incredibly generous. And they have some other donors too, but they can also accept donations from individuals, and it doesn't have to be dry stuff. It can also be, frozen things as well. So, please keep Duffy's Food Pantry in mind if you need assistance or if you want to make a donation. Please keep them in mind.
Definitely, all good causes, and I think that it's an absolute testimony to the Lake of the Woods residents, as well as all of the people in Orange County and around Lake of the Woods, how giving they are, whether it's giving of their time, whether it's getting involved with charities, being involved with free volunteerism and committees and things like that. It truly is a testimony to the great county we're in, and the neighbouring counties of Culpeper and Spotsylvania as well. So I have a couple of things I wanted to touch on. One of them, I think we mentioned before, the Orange County Voice, which is coming out once a month. We have our resident wonderful writer, Patricia Licata, and this is issue number 7, and it's on page 7, and she has written a truly touching article about swans. And I think everybody knows that the Licata group itself, our logo is what Pat designed, and it is a swan, and there it is right there, and it is L, but it's in the shape of a swan's neck and so on, and body. And anytime you visit us in our office, you will see lots of swans around the office, and that is definitely a true love of Pat's. It is also a love of my wife's, because we're on the lake and she loves to, we have 2 swans currently in the lake. But Pat wrote a really super article that I would like you all to read about her journey and time with a mute swan called Carl. Carl did a lot of really cool things. Initially scared her, but then when she realized that he just wanted some companionship, he would sit next to her in her chair in the garden. He would come up to the house and he would actually knock on the window. And when they went out on their boat, he would follow them out of the cove when they were going out. He wasn't scared of leaf blowers, and anyway, he was a good friend to Pat, maybe more so even than John. But it's a very touching story, so I'd like you to take a look at that. Also, Lake Currents, there's a lot of things going on in Lake Currents. One thing that has come to fruition, I'll just touch on it for a minute, is the new for sale sign program that we have in Lake of the Woods. It's been about 6 months that we've been working on this in conjunction with the general manager, in conjunction with the board, in conjunction with the ECC staff, to make sure that we were coming up with something that would actually help the whole community. It would help the community in that it would show how professionally organized the community was. The community has control over how you can identify homes that are for sale. For almost 40 years, we've had what the best thing I heard from someone last week was we had mystery sticks. I called them stick in the muds, but that's not what our community is about. But mystery sticks that had either 8 numbers or 11 numbers stenciled onto them and were stuck in the ground, and quite honestly, nobody knew what they were. Maybe a few people
Hence
that work.
The term mystery sticks.
Mystery sticks. So anyway, so they have now gone to another place, and we now have a very nice uniform sized sign that is put up by Lake of the Woods, the community, so realtors themselves don't have to actually get into ditches and stuff and hurt themselves. It identifies the home, obviously, for sale, and it identifies who a homeowner or a prospective buyer would contact, because it has a realtor's name on it, and it also has a phone number. It's actually 2 phone numbers in order to get through. It can also be used when there's something going on. A lot of houses we sell in Lake of the Woods are vacant, and sometimes a neighbor will realize that a smoke alarm's going off and it's annoying everybody. Sometimes they'll notice that there's been some lights left on, or maybe a garage door was left open. Well, now, rather than wondering what that stick is, they can actually see a name, someone to call, and let us know that we have to take care of something at the property. So it's a really nice addition. And the final part of it, which actually I believe is very helpful, is that this program has been set up as a leasing program, with Lake of the Woods owning the signs and leasing them to realtors on a for sale listing basis, and actually bringing in some revenue for managing that program, which we talked to other properties like Fawn Lake, River Creek, Lake Monticello, other places that have similar types of programs. And it is a positive net revenue to the community, which again, we hope is going to help, maybe in a small way, it might help keep our assessments from going too high year over year. So that's the sign program, and you'll see them out there as you drive around. There's a few on Lakeview Parkway and elsewhere that you'll see. I think that is a real estate piece, but I'd like also just to touch on the markets that we call these smart charts. But this is the local market insight for Lake of the Woods, Virginia, as of March 2026. And of course, there's so much stuff going on in the world. It's hard to separate the world from what's going on in the lake. But in here, the key things that I tend to focus on are what we have in the way of active listings, what's happening in terms of the average days on market, and then I kind of call this last one the average sold to original list price ratio. I think of that as sort of our scorecard and our report card for how we're doing, both between realtors and our sellers and what they're doing. So,
and it's good too. The average days on market have come down quite a bit from 71 in February down to 46 in March.
That's
so.
right. And they're still up over last year. Last year, the average days on market was 46, and it's now at 61. But Kathleen's absolutely right. Coming down is a good thing.
I was looking at that.
No. You're absolutely right. Because 71 days for February of 2026, and now in March we're at 61, which is down. And year to date overall, we're at 63 days on market. So that's pretty good. Active listings are sort of holding steady. February 26, we had 45 listings active. March, we're at 44. In March of 25, we had 42. So we're not seeing people rushing to leave and put their homes on the market. It seems to be pretty steady with last year. And then the report card one I like to talk about is the average sold to this. And we're averaging, if you were at 100% of original list price to closed sold, then you would be performing very well. We're at 96.3%, so we're 3.7% lower than 100. Our last year, actually, though, February of this year, our percentage was 95.8, so it's gone up a little bit, which is good. But March of last year, whatever price you put a house on the market, 99.2% of the time, that's the price it got. So we are down a little bit from last year. We are certainly seeing some more price reductions on homes and so on as we go through the year with that. So anyway, we've got these available. If you wanted to call in, we can email them to you. Or if you stop by the office at any point, just ask for one of the local market data reports. It's right there.
Yeah, and it's always from the month before. So around the 11th of the month, it'll come out with the previous month's statistics.
Yep. And I think the last thing, this is an interesting little topic. I think everybody, if they saw Lake Currents, this most recent one, you saw that the president of the board, Tom TC, put an article together which pulled a lot of data and information from this book here. And it's called Germanna Road. And it is a really interesting book on the whole history of the lower Orange County, with particular attention to the Alexandria Tract and Lake of the Woods. It's really an interesting read, particularly when you see all the news of what's currently going on and all the things that have been developed into the community. It talks about Mr. Holcomb, talks about the Macpherson family. It talks about the golf course and a number of the things that came into the lake to improve our amenities. And it goes all the way back to Independence and Spotsville, which was the name, I can't remember his first name now, but Spotsville was a big, one of the early settlers for the Crown, and obviously Spotsylvania County his name came in there, but he owned a lot of land and did a lot of things. Talks about the mining. It's a fascinating book, and certainly if anybody would like to call us and engage with myself or Kathleen, I'd be happy to get one of these for you to read, and we'd love to chat with you some more about it. So definitely an interesting read.
And where's the Alexandria Tract?
That's a very good question. I think actually
Threw you under the bus.
Yeah, thanks, Kathleen. Let me look at that. I think that's on page 304 in the appendix. But no, I think it refers to the large tract of land which may well have gone up to Alexandria itself in the Alexandria area. It's not just the Orange County, but for historians, and I'm sure there's so much Civil War history around this area, they'll know more about that, and they can write in, and we'll post the answer right on the Facebook page, won't we?
You sure will.
That's right. That's right. And where you live, you're in a gated community yourself, just outside of the lake. I mean, have you written anything about that?
Excuse me.
I didn't mean to throw you under the bus, but you could. I'm sure there could be something added to this that would cover, because you're in a beautiful. You got horses and everything in your community.
Meadowlands.
Meadowlands. It's a lovely place, and I wish I could afford to live there.
Yeah.
Anyway,
anything else, David?
I don't know. We hope to see everybody on Saturday.
Yeah, don't forget Saturday.
It's always a good time to get to meet our friends and neighbors here in the community, and we'll see you on Saturday.
Okay, we'll see you then.
Okay, bye now.
Bye.